Hey Sam,
Good, huh?
I just sold the house because I need more money for car parts.
Okay.
How's it going, guys? I'm back. A lot has happened and a lot of things will be happening soon. We got a whole bunch of new subs on the channel, so welcome. And everyone that's been here since day one, thank you for being so patient. Well, firstly, where have I been? As a lot of you may know, that this car was already rolling. We had it as a rolling chassis, but that was the first time. And what I mean by first time is we had to redo it. Basically, I made a huge mistake, and I went ahead and did the 4-link without having the rear bumper installed on the car, so I didn't have the spacing correct. I had everything square and lined up and perfect, and the car was rolling, but when I put the bumper back on, I was like 1 inch out, and it just didn't look good, so totally redid it. I was really bummed out because, of course, I did a bunch of hard work, and it took me a lot of time, and it felt like it was for nothing. And I do this because it wasn't really nothing. It was a pretty big learning experience, but it sucked. I mean, I didn't want to do anything with the car. I took a break, obviously. I took a couple weeks off and didn't do anything. I just thought about it and I didn't know what to do. Luckily, I got some pretty amazing friends, and when I had a cry for help, they were here the same day, and they helped me get a whole bunch of stuff done. My two buddies, Greg and Chris, came by, and they helped me get this thing right back to where it is right now. So yes, the car is rolling. We got it back to a rolling chassis yet again, and I'm actually pleased with how it turned out this time. Anyways, where are we at now with this car now that we have it back in this stage? Well, I am working on trying to figure out the front springs and the rear springs so that I can wrap up the entire suspension on the car. And then we can get the ride height set, and that'll be pretty much everything that we need to know for mocking everything up. So there is the setup that we did in the back. I still gotta cut this piece out. I've been telling myself for weeks I'm gonna do that. I might just do it right now. So right now in the back, we are sitting on 2x4s, which is the most expensive suspension setup by far. I'm totally joking, guys. This is obviously a temporary setup just to have the car rolling again. So in the back here, we're sitting on 2x4s. So we have to start completely from a blank slate. And what I mean by that is this car was never set up with a rear solid axle. So we are literally, quite frankly, working from zero and gonna have to try to figure something out for the back. I'm not too concerned, I have an idea, but let me tell you about the front. Now for the front, we are sitting on a stock Mustang Fox body suspension on my Prelude, yes. If you've been following, you already know that that's what we've been doing. So we do have a suspension set up in the front, just to make sure that it works and everything. That's the way we set it up. But we are sitting up way too high. As you can see, we got way too much room in the front here. So we gotta fix that. And the reason we're sitting up so high is because I found this Mustang subframe that was pretty much similar to the dimensions that I needed for the Prelude. And all I did was I took that subframe and I slapped the car right on top of it. So we're sitting up really high, but I think we can lower the car with some lowering springs and get it pretty much close to where we need it to be. And when Greg and Chris were over, they actually helped me figure out what I need to do to adjust my ride height for the front and back. So we figured out how much we're gonna have to raise the rear because it's a little too low, and how much we're going to have to drop the front because, like I just showed you, it's a little too high. So I promise myself, I'm forcing myself to do it today. I'm gonna double check those measurements, and I'm just gonna order some parts that I think will work because at least it'll get us to the right direction. And I'm just gonna pull the trigger. Buy some parts when they get here, make them work. And if they do, perfect. If not, we'll be that much closer to getting the right stuff. Again, you gotta remember, I can't just type in Honda Prelude rear wheel drive setup. I gotta figure this stuff on my own. And for the rear, since we used a Ford 8.8 out of a Mustang for the rear, Our width is not exactly the same, but the reason why I went with this one is because it was a little bit more narrow and I knew that I can figure something out to widen it just a little bit. The wheels look like they're tucked in a little bit, and that's because they are. So for now, I just ordered some wheel spacers, and that'll push the wheels out a little bit more, and it'll have them hopefully sitting where I would like them to be. Now, this may not be a permanent solution, it might be, but it'll get the car to where I want it for now, because I want to keep that sleeper look as much as I can. If I can't, and maybe it's going to cause too much damage, because, you know, people say wheel spacers aren't too good, and I'm going to be throwing all of the power that I can to the back wheels. It might not work, it might, who knows, but for now, that's what we're going to be doing. So wheel spacers, those are coming. I have also ordered caster and camber plates for the front springs here. Now what that's going to do is it's going to give us this exact bolt pattern so that I can replicate that bolt pattern and make a brand new piece of plate, a steel plate, and cut this all out and reinstall that all in there, weld it nice so it's not looking like a hack job that I have this temporary setup right here. So wheel spacers already ordered, caster and camber plates already ordered. I'm going to be ordering front and rear springs today, I promise, and that will get us that much closer. Now, as you can see, the garage is pretty big. There's like 2 rooms over there, my office, there's a bathroom, and there's like storage. And then you got all this over here. There's a whole nother room back there and everything. It's big, it's nice, I can't complain. But one of the biggest things is I can't use any of this space at all as a normal garage because I don't have a garage door. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm actually working on getting this whole portion of the garage redone and opened up so that we're gonna put a big garage door right here. I have been making some plans with someone that I know that's gonna help me do these renovations, and we're essentially gonna be opening up this garage door about 7 feet high and 12 feet across. Now, of course, 7 feet high is not much, but I gotta work with what I got. This building has very low ceilings, and that's the most I'm gonna get. So I've been busy with that, and I really cannot wait for that to happen. I'm super excited to be able to have a garage door, and when I'm working on the car, open up the door, get some sunlight in here, and just have easy access to the garage. And on the back end of things, obviously all these videos need to be edited by yours truly. And my computer setup is okay. I mean, it was all right, but I was having major issues for exporting because I always want to export in the highest quality possible and be able to upload the best videos that I can. And I was having major issues with that, so I went balls to the wall and I got a 3080 GPU. So I'm super excited about that, and that's gonna help my editing process a whole lot better. So guys, bear with me, please. I really do appreciate it. I got new parts on the way, they're coming. So don't miss that, stay tuned. And then when we get all that wrapped up, we can finally start working on the engine. I keep saying it, but I'm so excited. That's gonna be the funnest part. That's the powerhouse of the car. We're going to be building a small block Chevy 350 that's probably going to put out around 400 horsepower, I think, which is not going to be anything crazy, but for a Prelude that is a lot lighter than a Monte Carlo, I think it's going to be plenty of power. And guys, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. If you have a spare minute, please go to the top of the description and check out the website that I made, liftedwrangler.ca, and that's where you'll find all my merch. This is one of the designs that we have. I got Prelude designs on there as well, and I've worked really hard on making these designs and getting them all done, ordered, and getting all the stock with all the stickers I have as well, and creating the website itself. I can't wait to show you guys some real progress on this car, so please, until then, stay tuned. Like the video because that helps way more than you know. But yeah, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.